guys, so in today's video we'll be looking at the important points from previous year questions and other revision questions from modern India. Okay, the first point is, in the interim government formed in 1946, the vice president of the executive council was Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, Hooghly was used as a base for piracy. It's piracy. Okay, piracy in the Bay of Bengal by the Portuguese. Modi script was employed in the documents of Marathas. Okay, Modi script was employed in the documents of Marathas. Battle of Vandivash. It is a battle between the French and the East India Company. The word Adivasi was used for the first time to refer to tribal people by Thakur Bapa. Okay. At some points, I have repeated the same points. So, because I have noted these points at different times. So, please bear with me. Dupleix was the first European to take part in the quarrels of Indian princes with a view to acquire territories. Okay, Durgesh Nandini is an important historical novel written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee in Bangla. Okay, Captain William Sleeman was appointed by Lord Bentinck for suppression of thugs. The educated middle class remained neutral during the revolt of 1857. Paintings of Abhindranath Tagore are classified as revivalistic. Alam Ara was the first sound film. Alam Ara was the first sound film directed by Ardeshir Irani. Lord Lytton was the Governor General who followed a spirited forward policy towards Afghanistan. Who? Lord Lytton. Okay, Lord Lytton is actually a kind of a cruel Governor General, but he is the one who followed spirited forward policy towards Afghanistan. At a time when Napoleon was feared in England, India was held by Warren Hastings. Okay, Neil Darpan was a play based on the exploitation of the indigo planters. Author of the play, Garishram Kotwal, is Vijay Tendulkar. Urdu theatre used to depend heavily on Parsi theatre. So, author of play Garishram Kotwal, it is written by Vijay Tendulkar. Okay, and Urdu theatre depended heavily on the Parsi theatre. The first war of independence, this term was given by V.D. Savarkar. Anand Mad is written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. So Bankim Chandra Chatterjee here wrote another important novel, Durgesh Nandini, and also now we can see Anand Mad is also written by him. Life Divine is written by Sir Arvindo, and Sadhana is written by Rabindranath Tagore. First Anglo-Burmese War, Burmese defeated and a Treaty of Yandobo was signed. The first Afghan War, Afghans were defeated. Anglo-Afghan War, Afghans were defeated. The first Anglo-Maratha War, Britishers defeated. Okay, and it is Treaty of Salwai. Second Anglo-Mysore War, the Treaty of Mangalore was took place. Okay, the last major extension of British territory took place during Dalhousie under his doctrine of lapse, on the basis of, and also on the basis of misgovernment. On the misgovernment, Awadh was taken. Okay, now we'll see doctrine of lapse. Under doctrine of lapse, Jhansi was taken, Satara, Jaipur, Sambalpur, Udaipur, and Nagpur. Okay, Arya Samaj was founded on 1875 at Bombay by Dayanand Saraswati. Lala Lajpat Rai's journal was Arya Sangeet Gazette. Sorry, Arya Gazette, and he never opposed Samaj. Okay, Lala Lajpat Rai, he never opposed Arya Samaj. Okay, because it was a statement given in the previous year question, that he opposed Arya Samaj, but he never opposed Arya Samaj. Okay, Charles Winkens, a member of the Asiatic Society of Bengal, it was founded by Charles Winkens, and Charles Winkens, he translated Bhagavad Gita to English. Charles Winkens translated Bhagavad Gita to English. He was a member of the Asiatic Society of Bengal, and Asiatic Society of Bengal was founded by William Jones. Okay, now Pune Sarvajanik Sabha was established in 1870 by M.G. Ranade and Joshi, and it submitted in 1875 a petition to the House of Commons demanding India's direct representation in the British Parliament. So Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, they appealed, or they demanded India's direct representation in the British Parliament. Khasi's tribe was the first modern tribes to be contacted by the British after the Grant of Diwani in the year 1765. Okay, Rajaram Mohan Roy, the father of the Indian Renaissance, started Atmiya Sabha. Tawatul Muhammad is his first philosophical work. He translated the Vedas and five Upanishads into Bengali. Sambat Kaumadi newspaper. It was founded by Rajaram Mohan Roy. Initially Brahma Samaj, later Brahmo Samaj was founded by him. Raja Radhekhan Deb founded Dharma Sabha. Devendranath Tagore founded Tattvabodhini Sabha. His more orthodox group came to be known as Adi Brahmo Samaj. Okay, Keshav Sen founded Brahmo Samaj of India. Young Bengal movement, Henry Vivian Derizo. He founded Young Bengal movement. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar movement that resulted in the legislation of widow remarriage is credited for Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Okay, Narendra Datta, also known as Swami Vivekananda, most of his speeches were about Buddha and Jesus on the basis of his message to the world about human values. Vivekananda founded Ramakrishna Mission. Okay, it was named after his guru Ramakrishna. Okay, and it doesn't consider itself to be sect of Hinduism. Okay, Madame Blavatsky founded Theosophical Society, and the movement was revitalized by Annie Besant after her death. Annie Besant established the Central Hindu School at Benares, later developed by Madan Mohan Malviya to the Benares Hindu University. Okay, M.G. Ranade. M.G. Ranade founded the Prarthana Samaj. He also founded the Pune Sarvajanik Sabha. Members of the Prarthana Samaj remained Hindus. Jyotiba Phule founded the Satya Shodak Samaj against the domination of upper caste and Brahmanical supremacy. Wahhabi movement founded by Shah Waliullah. Ahmadiyya movement founded by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. It opposed jihad and was based on universal religion and for all humanity. So Ahmadiyya movement was kind of a secular movement. Okay, it was founded by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad and it opposed jihad and was based on universal religion. So it is actually a reformist movement. Okay, and Sir Syed Ahmad Khan founded Aligarh movement. His magazine was called Tahabudip ul Pagalpandi in the northern district of Bengal. Wahhabi movement started by Syed Ahmad of Rai Bareli. He was inspired by the teachings of Abdul Wahab. Okay. Farazis were the followers of a Muslim sect founded by Haji Shariat Allah of Faridpur in eastern Bengal. Poligas were a warrior class. They were a warrior class of Vijayanagara administration. Second Poligar rebellion was also known as the South Indian Rebellion. Santal rebellion was organized by two brothers, Siddhu and Kanu. Kodh rebellion was led by Chakra Bisoi. Main issue was the government's attempt to suppress human sacrifice. It is also known as Maria. Introduction of new taxes. Okay, Munda movement was identified by Sadar Alai, or war of the leaders was aimed at expelling the Dikus. Dikus actually meant the landlords, Brahmins, and missionaries and all. Okay, and tribal chiefs rose up against the erosion of Kantukodi system or joint tenures. They were led by Birza Munda. The Dutch established their earliest factory in Pulicat. Okay, Wood's dispatch is called the Magna Carta of English education in India. They recommended English medium English as a medium of instruction for higher studies, and vernaculars at the school level. Okay. Farooq Sayyah introduced a system of revenue. Farooq Sayyah introduced introduced a system of revenue farming in Bengal. Maharaja Ranjit Singh set up the modern foundries to manufacture cannons at Lahore. Saujay Singh of Amber was Eluid's elements of geometry translated. He had Saujay Singh of Amber. He had Elucid's elements of geometry. He translated them to Sanskrit. Okay. Sultan Tipu of Mysore gave money for the construction of idol of goddess Sharda in the Sringeri temple. Ilbert Bill was introduced during the viceroyalty of Lord Rupert. It was introduced to bring Indians and Europeans at par as far as the criminal jurisdiction of courts was concerned. Awadh Commercial Bank. Awadh Commercial Bank was the first bank of limited liability managed by Indians and founded in 1881. Okay. Pitt's India Act, it came during Warren Hastings. Doctrine of Lapse, it was related to Dalhousie. Vernacular Press Act, Lord Lytton. Kunwar Singh, a leader of the revolt, he belonged to Bihar state. Jhansi, Rani Lakshmi Bai. Lucknow, Begum Hazrat Mahal. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay was the first graduate of Calcutta University. Lord Ripon repealed the Vernacular Press Act. Modern Kochi was first a Portuguese colony, then it became a Dutch, then British. Fort William was built in Kochi by the Dutch. Lord Curzon was the first Governor General who established a regular police force in British pattern. Supreme Court was established in Fort William by Regulating Act of 1773 and the jurisdiction over Bengal Bihar and Orissa. Annie Besant was a proponent of Fabianism. Anandman, it deals with Sannyasi rebellion. Okay. Tandya Tope was betrayed by his friend Man Singh during the revolt of 1857. Shome Prakash newspaper was started by Isha Chandra Vidyasagar. First Factory Act, it was by Lord Ripon. Okay. Warren Hastings was the first Governor General of Bengal. Fort St. David was the first fort to be constructed in India by British. Isha Chandra Vidyasagar wrote Bowish to protest against polygamy. Bankim Chandra is related to Devi Chandrani and Dinabandhu Mitra, Neel Darpan, Munsi Premchandra Shatrang. Okay. In collaboration with David Hare and Alexander Duff, Rajaram Mohan Roy established the Hindu College at Calcutta. Okay, first telegraph line was laid between Calcutta and Diamond Harbour. The first export processing zone in India was set up in Kandla. Lord Cornwallis was the first to bring into existence and organize the civil service. Who? Canning. So related by C. Okay, you can use it as a tip. To avenge the expulsion of Timur Shah, Ahmad Shah Abdali invaded India for the fifth time in October 1759 and finally conquered Punjab. The first European power to establish power in Pondicherry was Portuguese. The complete disruption of the old agrarian order of the tribal communities was a common factor for tribal insertion in India in the 19th century. Okay. Home charges included. What were the home charges? It included the funds used to support the India office in London, funds used to pay salaries and pensions for British personnel engaged in India, funds used for waging wars outside India by the British. Now, Raitwari settlement, rent was paid directly by the peasants to the government. and the government gave patas to the rights. Raja Todarmal introduced the assessment of land revenue on the basis of the nature of soil and the quality of crops as Akbar's able minister. Okay. Babur employed guns and cannons in the warfare. Tobacco was introduced in India by the Portuguese. Manganias were well known for their musical tradition in northwest India. Ghadar Party was a revolutionary party formed by the Punjabi Indians. Government of India Act 1919 clearly defined the jurisdiction of the central and provincial governments. Satya Shodak Samaj organized as an anti-caste movement in Maharashtra. Okay, Montagu Clumford reforms were related to constitutional reforms. Keshav Chandra Sen is associated with the establishment of Tabernacle of New Dispensation, Indian Reform Association. Commercialization of Indian agriculture was one of the major impact of British rule in India. Satyendranath Tagore became the first Indian to succeed in the Indian Civil Service exam. Satyendranath Tagore. The All India Anti-Untouchability League, it was started by Mahatma Gandhi. All India Kisan Sabha, Swami Shahjant Saraswati. Self-Respect Movement, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. Vital Vidyasavak magazine was published by Gopal Baba Alangar. Okay, Wood's dispatch came during Viceroyalty of Dalhousie. It is related to William and Tegi. We have discussed in the initial stages of this discussion. Okay, Talukdari system was similar to Zamindari system and it was introduced by Lord Canning. Only difference from Zamindari was that it was not permanent. Okay, Bahadur Shah restored the Rajput states of Bir and Marwar to Rajas Jai Singh and Ajit Singh respectively after initially disposing them. Okay, the first British factory was set up in Machilipatnam. Battle of Bidra was fought between English and Dutch. Father of local government is Lord Ripon. Indian Council Act of 1863, Imperial Legislative Council. Kadambini Ganguly was the first woman to address Congress. Kadambini Ganguly. Deoband is a revival movement. They supported the Congress formation. Aligarh is a reformist movement. They didn't support the Congress formation. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar is related to Bethuni School. Madan Mohan Malviya, the contemporary of Gandhi and Nehru. Bombay Presidency Association. Baharuddin Tyabji, the first Muslim president of INC. The Indian League, Sasir Kumar Ghosh. Okay, the Indian Association of Calcutta, Anand Mohan Bose. Frontier means north eastern region. Reform movements penetrated into the lower strata of society. It is an important point. Okay. Tipu Sultan used Persian terms of command. Wood's dispatch, downward filtration theory, supported women's education. Wood's dispatch supported women's education. Okay, Stree Purusha Tulna is by Tarabhai Shinde. Okay, Jyotiba Phule Gulamgiri, dedicated to Americans who fought to free slaves. He introduced Marathi word Dalit. Okay, Amrita Bazar Patrika turned over at night into an English newspaper. Abolition of caste and untouchability was not done by the British. Abolition of slavery and child marriage, Saint Helena Act. Okay, 1850. The 1858 Act made India controlled directly by the Crown. Abhinav Bharat was founded by V.D. Savarkar. Ishtatar is a notification by the rebels during 1857 revolt. Okay, Gandhiji started his techniques of non-violent protest in South Africa. Syed Ahmad Khan has criticized British in his book The Causes of the Indian Mutiny. At the same time, he supported EIC during the 1857 revolt. Satyag is related to the Munda rebellion. The Kakori robbery was organized by the Hindustan Republican Association. It was a robbery of a train thought to be carrying government money. Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad Al Hilal Al Balag. Okay, the two newspapers. Okay, सारे जहां से अच्छा मोहम्मद इकबाल और अलामा इकबाल. सारे जहां से अच्छा is related to Muhammad Iqbal or Allama Iqbal. Ambedkar established the Indian Scheduled Caste Federation, the Independent Labour Party pledged movement prohibiting child marriages in India. So I hope today's lecture was productive for you guys. These were some of the important points related to modern history. So with this, I conclude today's lecture. Until next time we meet again. God bless you all. Jai Hind.